Okay, so I have a pile of clothes that aren't working for me for whatever reason. So I'm going to remake them. This skirt is super comfy and I actually really like it, but I never wear it anymore because it's got no pockets. Okay, so I have done the skirt. I love the skirt because it's so comfortable. You can just pull it on, and I actually have quite a lot of tops that go with it. But I've realised it really doesn't flatter me much at all. Sad, but oh well. There are days when I really don't care, so that's fine. So, because of the fact that the seams were here, I had to put the pockets here, which I'm okay with. At first, I didn't think it was going to work too well, and that was partly because this first one that I did, it kind of gapes a wee bit because the seam stretched out on the bias. So, I mean, it was going to do something weird, and then I thought maybe I should put like invisible zips in, and then I thought, well, what the hell am I thinking? I hate zips. Why would I do that to myself? I have never yet figured out. Well, I put in an invisible zip once that actually is invisible, but I hate zips, and I've never done one on a pocket. So why would I put myself through that? I don't know. For something that is really just a let's pull this on. Actually, I don't care too much how I look today. So I had this blue. I thought I was originally going to do yellow, white. The skirt's so old, like it's not actually white anymore, so all the whites I had looked atrocious. So I decided to do this blue, which is very similar to the light blue in the skirt. It makes a nice little wee peeping accent, which you can hardly even see on the camera, but yeah. So the one thing that I didn't like about the pockets, and because they were in a funny angle, I couldn't put them into the waistband properly, like I normally would. So I just like added this little bit over here, which pulls down because all the weight of the pocket is like this. So I'm going to have to actually make a piece that fits across both pockets because they basically touch in the middle, in the top corner, and so it's evenly distributed. Because again, you can't tell super well on the camera, but it looks really lame in real life, just pulling down there. What I did with the waistband was I just took out all of the shirring. Oh my gosh, that's some funky sewing there. And put in, I was going to do like an extra piece over the top. Why do I think that was a good idea? Like that was always going to be weird and fiddly. But once I realised I could just take out the shirring, because the waistband already has, it's a proper waistband, and then I could use that as casing for elastic. And I tried this new method of sewing between the two things of elastic, which was do it on top of them. But I actually managed not to sew either of them, which I was quite impressed by, but it was really quite hard to tell exactly where the channel was meant to be, so some of it's incredibly wonky. It's like, that's so much closer here than it is, say, there. Again, I don't really care, because this is my I don't care what I look like, I just need to pull something on skirt, which now has pockets. Life is so much better with pockets. Yeah. So don't look too closely, but it does the job. I had a little phase when I was like trying peplum-y things, and this is pretty much the same. I can't be bothered doing it the side properly. Whatever. This is one of my peplum tops that I made, which I don't wear because it's a bit breezy in winter. And I'm not going to wear long sleeves in summer because I am a tropical fish, and so I need to be comfortable. So I'm going to cut the sleeves off about here, maybe there. Don't know, but I should go get some pins or something. Okay, so this is another peplum top that, again, like, why did I think a winter top made out of cotton lawn would be a good idea? Because it's not very warm. but it will be nice as a summer top with no sleeves. Now these sleeves are a different shape. Who knows why? I don't always think things through very carefully sometimes, and then I do have a couple of sleeve blocks, I guess you could call them, for different shapes. Yeah, anyway, so I guess, I don't know, I kind of feel like I want it to be a bit frilly, maybe? Not too sure what I want to do with this one, but I guess I'll just make a mark at the sort of rough spot I want it to be. Yeah, then I can wear it the summer top, which would be vastly more wearable. Okay, so I like having a little sleeve, but I don't like a big sleeve. So, I don't know, that seems like an okay length. I suppose I'll need to take into account the fact that I'll need to hem it or bind it. I sometimes like to bind things but hem them, especially if they're a little bit curvy. So, just have to do that on both sides. Why do I do these things to myself? So I was very brave and I cut one sleeve off. Once it's hemmed, I think it'll be a good length. So I'm going to be even braver and cut the other one off. Or I could just go around like this, because apparently that's fashionable to some people. Not me. And I've been looking and thinking, I think this waist is too low. And wondering if I should do anything about that. But I don't know that I can be bothered. I have a very large diaphragm. Reasons unknown, possibly related to singing and playing the flute. But I don't really do that much of that anymore. But I've discovered that my actual waist is too low for things to actually look good. So the problem with raising it is that I've got this placard here to do all this dipping uppiness, and I really don't want to have to adjust that. And then maybe I can just pull it up a little at the front. The back also could be maybe a little higher. Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Ha! My favourite phrase. Right, it is now short sleeved. I decided I couldn't be bothered doing any other adjustments. It is what it is. And we'll see if I actually wear it now. It's kind of annoying to get on with the side closure, fancy peplum, well, hook and eye and some snaps, and this is because I hate zips. But apparently I'll go to other great lengths which are much less convenient to get on and off. For some reason the sewing machine decided to be really weird with the tension, but I decided I didn't feel like doing anything about that, so I didn't. I'll probably need to sort that out properly at some point in the future, but I'm kind of done. This one's also finished. Maybe I like this one better for various reasons, including that it's really light and airy. So I bought some fabric to make a couple of tops because I have this skirt that I really like, but it's just a particular shade of blue that not a lot of my other stuff goes with. I think both of these tops will actually go with it really well, which is nice. Don't know when I'll get around to making the others, and so I took a little sample with me when I went to buy it, which was of a different fabric that I thought was the same colour. It wasn't as good a match as I thought it was. So the two fabrics that I bought specifically to go with this skirt, I don't know if I'm going to love it in the end, but that's okay because now I've got others. Woohoo!